Have you heard people talking about the elusive mixed voice? Well, the reason it's so elusive is that it doesn't exist. Kind of like Bigfoot or unicorns. So why do people talk about it if it doesn't exist? Excellent question. In my more than 2 decades of teaching singers and being in this singing industry, the 2 consistencies I've noticed across the board in this industry are: 1, voice teachers, vocal coaches, and singers are rarely in agreement about how the voice works. And number 2, terminology and concepts inside the singing community are constantly misused, poorly explained, or mislabeled. In classical technique, there is a definition for mixed voice that is the place in your range where you have a choice to make of whether to sing in your classical head voice or your classical chest voice. It's not any kind of mixing or combining of anything. It's just a place where those 2 resonances of your classical technique overlap, where you have a choice. So let's do a quick demo of that. If I pick this pitch, for example, this is in a part of my range where I can choose to be in a chest or a head. So if I were to sing this in a chest voice, I would make a raised soft palate. And here I would sing, oh. If I were to sing that same pitch in my head voice, same thing. So it's the same pitch, just done 2 different ways, right? That is one definition of what a mixed voice is, because it's in that place where you have the choice of whether to be in a chest or a head on the same pitch. And that's probably how the confusion arose, because definition number 2 is complete crazy pants, and I think it comes from someone not understanding definition number 1. The other, just, to make it more confusing, there is also a contemporary singing technique called mix. There are so many words in our English language. Why do we have to use this same one over and over and over again? Most of the time, I discover that singers trying to find this elusive mixed voice are actually looking for the mixed technique. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I'm going to teach you a couple of exercises that are helpful for you to learn how to mix, to practice your mix and to get it stronger. The way that we're going to mix, so I showed you when I did my demonstration of the chest voice and the head voice that I made a raised soft palate, that oh, and I went oh for chest and oh for head, right? So we're not going to do any of that. That space, that lift, we're not using any of that at all. So you want to make sure, just like when you talk and there's no yawn space in the back, we're going to be in this space just like when you talk. But most of us are talking in what's called a belt, which is the other contemporary technique. And that's more your calling voice. It's bigger, it's booming, more booming in sound, and your mix is lighter. If I talk in my mix, I sound like this. I'm in the same pitch, but I'm not using the same effort or force or volume or power in my sound. It's much lighter and softer. So this is your mix voice. But I'm going to show you an even easier way to find it. So, just like when we belt, the easiest way to find that forward placement that's in your nose is to scrunch your nose. And we scrunch our nose because it's really hard to accidentally lift in the back like a yawn when we're doing this, right? So you're going to scrunch your nose, and then I want you to think of the voice you use to talk to babies or to kittens if you're me, or puppies, or whatever you think is cute that causes you to have a little baby voice. We're going to scrunch up your nose and we're going to make that baby voice. So if I scrunch my nose like this and I pretend like I'm talking to my cat and I say something like, "You sweet baby," right? So that is the voice of mix. So we're going to sing like that. So that's how you do it. I'm going to show you an exercise. I'm going to play left-handed, so your guess is as good as mine as if I'm going to do it correctly. Because I always say that, I like to joke that my left hand is run by someone else's brain. So let's hold hands and do this together, right? Well, hopefully we'll do this. So we're going to say nia. So we're going to scrunch our noses. We're going to think wide. We're not going to make any space in the back at all. And we're going to say nya, 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 nya. And making these really nasal sounds helps us to stay in the right place. So we're going to go like this. So just in a little baby voice like that, right? Don't worry about being pretty today. We'll make it pretty later, okay? Let's try that. We're going down. I really need to use my right hand, so you're going to get me in profile, right? Again, but I'm going to not sing along so that you can do it, and I'm going to start a little higher. So I'll do the first one with you, and then I'll just play them so you can sing along. Ready? Your turn. Now let me show you another exercise for mix. So this one is called Hey Ya, and you're going to stay in that mixy place. So we're not going to be belting and strong. We're going to be in a softer, think Disney princess kind of place. And we'll go like this. Hey Ya. And if you want to slide up to that top note, Hey Ya, you totally can. Let's do some of those together, and then I'll do some blank ones for you to sing to by yourself. Ready? Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Okay, I'll play some of those again, and we'll keep going. For you to do by yourself. I'll do the first one with you. Ready? Hey ya! Your turn. Crunch. Excellent job. And that is how you mix. You can come back every day if you want to practice that. So if you want some more training on mix, I have a few places for you to go. I have a lot of videos here on YouTube for how to mix, also how to belt, how to do some other things, as well as on TikTok, and my name is Katti Power on TikTok, so you can find me there. Or I have a program for singers, a group program called No Limits Academy. And in the academy, we learn all kinds of technique. We do classical, we do contemporary, belt, mix, all of that. We learn how to develop your own style. We learn how to pick songs that are the very best songs for you. We talk about how to compete and audition. We talk about how to communicate the story of a song. So there's all kinds of training that happens in the academy. And at the end of every month, we have a master class where whatever it is that you're working on in your singing, you get to come to me with it and sing for me for my feedback, or you can ask questions, or whatever it is that you need most. That's what we do at the end of the month with our master classes. If you want to try it out before you jump into the program, I have a 7-day trial of No Limits Academy that I highly recommend that you check out. And I also have, you get a spot in one of our master classes just from being in the 7-day trial. Also, we have another program that is just the masterclass by itself. It's an opportunity for 20 singers every month to come and get feedback from me on whatever it is they're working on. So yeah, there's only 20 spots available every single month. And there are links to all of these things in the description below if you want to check that out. So I hope this is really helpful for you, and hope that it answers your question about mix.